All right, so we are talking about states of consciousness. This is the last section of Unit 5, and hopefully you did the drugs PowerPoint before this. And what you want to do too is that mouse party assignment. So ask Miss Rogers to give that to you if she hasn't already, and you want to make sure you get that one done as well, either now or after you do these notes, either way, but make sure you get that done. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about consciousness. Consciousness is defined as our awareness of ourselves and our environment. So there are a couple different things that are in states of consciousness. There's drugs, there's hypnosis, and there's sleep. So I think we're going to start with sleep, and dreams. So you have some biological rhythms, physiological fluctuations that actually happen kind of naturally. The one that you really need to know is the circadian rhythm. All right, the circadian rhythm, you will see it called your biological clock. It's basically your regular body rhythm that occurs on a 24-hour period that helps regulate the different rhythms in your body. So your body temperature, your wakefulness and sleepiness. It's actually regulated by the suprachiasmatic. I don't know if that's exactly how you say that, but suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is in your hypothalamus. Remember hypothalamus, your temperature, your body regulator. Also the photoreceptors in your eyes, which are judging, light and dark. And your pineal gland, which secretes melatonin. Remember, melatonin helps calm you and helps you sleep. Okay, so obviously when it's dark and it's towards the nighttime, you feel tired. And during the daytime, theoretically, assuming you have gotten enough sleep, you feel awake. That is because of your circadian rhythm. So it's your 24-hour body cycle or your biological clock. That's the one that's definitely going to be on AP exam, definitely going to be on your test. The other two I'm about to do, I don't think they're on your test, but they could be on your AP exam, but you should know them just in case they show up anywhere. Ultradian occurs more than once a day. So you sleep cycles that you go through, you go through 90 to 120 minute cycles multiple times. Hopefully, assuming you're getting enough sleep, would be an example of an ultradian rhythm. I need to sleep right now because it's nearly 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Infradian rhythms occur about once a month or once a season. For example, women's menstrual cycles or PMS, which is not technically backed by research, because, theoretically, work is not affected by PMS. And this is all things that I tell you now because people who are wondering these things and they want to ask these questions. But menstrual cycles are an example of infradian rhythms. All right, sleep and dreams. So you do need to know the stages of sleep. You need to know what sleep is. And for dreams, you'll need to know the theories behind why we dream. And also for sleep, what happens if you don't get enough sleep. So REM is a stage of sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. No surprise, your eyes move rapidly during the REM stage. It's also the stage where you have the most vivid dreams. And REM is also called paradoxical sleep. You will see this nickname and need to know what it is. And it's paradoxical because a paradox, it's kind of a contradiction. So your muscles are relaxed, but the other body systems are active. So your eyes are very rapidly moving. There's a lot of brain waves going on because you're dreaming, and yet your muscles are very relaxed. REM sleep is really important for you to be fully functioning. If you don't get enough REM sleep, then you don't recover as fast. You feel more tired. They have linked the getting of REM sleep to memory and being able to have good long-term memory and recall processes as well. So it's really important for you. And sleep is defined as the periodic, natural, but reversible loss of consciousness because you can wake up. And then remember that reticular activating system, or that reticular formation helps you to awake from sleeping. Okay, so we can see EEGs of brain waves during sleep, and you should be able to recognize the different brain waves. Excuse me. I'm struggling. The different brain waves for each of the different stages of sleep. So that should be part of your RTW, and you want to make sure you take notes on these things. Okay, so you have your REM sleep here, okay, and then you see this rapid eye movement down here. And then you have awake brainwaves, which are alpha brainwaves, and alpha brainwaves are relaxed and awake brains. And then you have delta brainwaves, okay, so here you can see in stage 4, they're much like bigger waves, like the amplitude is higher, and then also like the wavelength is longer too. So you can look versus the alpha, here's the delta, and that's in stage 4, and these are large and slow. Hallucinations are defined as false sensory experiences, which is part of states of consciousness, which I think is why it's on here. But these stages here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, are called NREM, or non-REM sleep, and then you have REM sleep here. Stage 4 is really restorative sleep, and that if you don't get enough stage 4 sleep, your body's not going to repair itself as well, and you're not going to feel as well rested either. Okay, this is just showing you that, like, it's not always like that your REM actually increases the longer you sleep, theoretically, and you slip into REM quicker, theoretically, the longer you sleep. So you can see in the beginning you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here's a little bit of REM, and then again more REM and more REM. So this is why it's important for you to get at least 8 continuous hours of sleep so that you can get in total the combined amount of REM that you need. All right, so you can see increasing REM the more time that you sleep, and decreasing stage 4. So stage 4 is higher in the beginning hours of your sleep, and then REM really increases in the later hours of your sleep. All right, effects of sleep loss, which I'll be telling you about tomorrow because I'm very tired. Fatigue, impaired concentration, depressed immune system, and greater vulnerability to accidents. So studies have actually shown that fatigue and being tired when you're driving is just as dangerous as driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Like the accident rate is the same. So you shouldn't do either one. But I think we justify driving tired all the time, especially adults, and it's really not worth it because the accident rates are ridiculous. This is, I find, really interesting. This is like looking at daylight savings time, and when you gain an hour of sleep, you actually have fewer accidents. And then when you lose an hour of sleep, the number of accidents jumps significantly, from like almost 2,600 to about 2,800. And so this is a really big indicator of how much fatigue influences our accident rates. We do need to know some sleep disorders: insomnia, trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, narcolepsy. You have uncontrollable sleep attacks. So you're just awake, and the next minute, you're just sleeping. Okay. And then sleep apnea. This is a condition that many people have, especially people who are overweight tend to be more prone to sleep apnea. And it is basically you stop breathing momentarily, and then your body wakes you up, and so you never feel well rested because you're not getting that continuous sleep. So my dad has sleep apnea, and before he was diagnosed, I'm about to do something really gross. He would be like, and then he would like wake himself up. And that's what he sounded like all night when he was sleeping. And when he was napping, we would hear him, breathing like that. And it sounded like he was choking. And he would say he always felt tired. And then he was diagnosed with sleep apnea. And now he has what's called a CPAP machine that he sleeps with, and it literally sounds like Darth Vader. It's like, Mrs. Brown, I am your father. And it helps him, feel well rested. It helps him breathe and make sure that he doesn't stop breathing in his sleep. Nightmares and night terrors. So night terrors usually occur within 2 to 3 hours of falling asleep, and usually they occur during stage 4. And so that is something that can happen. And then we move into dream analysis. So you guys have a packet on dream analysis that you need to complete. So you can do it before you do this, or you can do it after you do this, but you need to complete that packet on dream analysis and need to understand Freud's theory and Jung's theory and all of that. Okay, so Freud said he was really big into dream analysis, and he thought that dreams basically had both the literal meaning and the underlying meaning as well. Okay, so he did publish The Interpretation of Dreams in 1900, where he came up with the wish fulfillment theory, and also that you might have some unconscious or unacceptable feelings coming through. So you need to know the difference between manifest content and latent content. So manifest content is just like the storyline of the dream. It's just kind of the surface, like, meaning. And then latent content is the underlying meaning, or the unconscious meaning behind the dream, the deeper meaning. Information processing theory says that it just helps us process information and facilitate memories of what had happened during the day. REM rebound says that as you're more sleep deprived, okay, you actually will slip into REM quicker and your REM sleep will increase. This doesn't necessarily have to do with dreams. I just put this on here. Okay. This chart shows, and I know I'm going quickly, but you can always rewind. This chart this chart shows how during infancy, babies actually get a lot more REM, and then as you age, you get less and less REM sleep. And the theory behind this is that they are growing so rapidly, their development is happening so quickly that they are biologically programmed to get more REM sleep to help them with that development. Okay, hypnosis. Let's see, how much more do we have to do? We have quite a bit. Okay, so I want to stop this here with hypnosis and do this in a second video. So what I would suggest is that you take some time to make sure that the mouse party is done, and you'll have to do that on your phone. I think hopefully it'll work with the flash. If not, maybe you'll have to do it at home. But I do want to check that one, and it goes through the different drugs, and it's little mice, and you get to experiment, not real mice, but on the computer you experiment with them, and then you give them different drugs, and it's really funny. And then I want you to do that dream interpretation packet as well. Okay, till the next video.